So actually this video is different. In this video I am showing you how you can take a part in Kaggle competition. So guys, let's get started. So actually if you don't know about Kaggle, then obviously I am telling you Kaggle is a platform. Actually it is a big community of data scientists and machine learning enthusiasts. So guys, you can check Kaggle. Just go to www.kaggle.com. You can just log in via your GitHub account, and obviously you can do it via your Google account. So just create account in Kaggle. So actually guys, I am giving you benefits of Kaggle. So in Kaggle there are number of data sets available to implement machine learning. Guys, if you know little bit about machine learning, then you need to do lots of practice on different types of data sets with different types of algorithms. So Kaggle is the best way to get the data set and best way to learn machine learning. Actually on Kaggle there are number of data scientists and big machine learning engineers and lots of related to our field person doing different types of analysis, visualization and prediction on different type of data set, and they submit their notebook into open source community. So guys, you can check different types of notebook. So guys, this is my profile. So in Kaggle, actually there are like different types of you can found data sets. So guys, you can follow me on Kaggle. So guys, let's go to the point. So in Kaggle they host different types of competition. So most famous competition is a Titanic competition. In Titanic competition they give us Titanic data set. Now we have to predict number of people who survived and who are not survived. So guys, this competition and this data set is amazing to learn machine learning. If you are new and beginner to in machine learning or in this data science field, just go and take your part in this competition. So guys, actually if you taking part in some competition, so you need to understand the data, what data telling us. After that you have to make feature engineering. After that you have to select which algorithm is best for your dataset. So guys, there are many things to do, but if you are new and beginner, so just go to the Titanic machine learning from disaster competition page. Here they given data, just you have to take the part data, understand, you have to understand the data. Actually data description is there in this website. Even you can check different types of notebooks here. There are number of notebooks available here. So guys, you can learn from that notebook also. So guys, today I am showing you a my Kaggle notebook related to Titanic dataset and competition. So guys, this is my notebook. So I am telling you what I study about Titanic dataset and how I implemented machine learning on Titanic dataset. So I got 80% prediction on scoreboard of Kaggle competition. Around my ranking was near to 1000. Around that time total 15,000 people are participated, and my ranking was 1000. So that was very good and clear, means nearer. So guys, let's get started. So here is the base starting of our notebook. So guys, you can read here. So if you are a newbie in data science, then you should start take part in Titan competition. Dataset is very challenging, so obviously that's what I tell you. So let's start with the code. Guys, I'm just explaining you all scenario and code. I'm not doing live coding. So guys, here if you know about machine learning, then obviously you will know about NumPy and Pandas. So this is like uh, infinite stones of machine learning. You need to have these libraries. So just import NumPy, import Pandas. Then we have three files: train.csv, test.csv. So on train.csv we have to train our model. On test.csv we have to do prediction, and gender underscore submission.csv is our sample submission file. So now we have to do pre-process on train.csv. So just I have written dataset is equal to pd dot read underscore csv and give the path of train.csv. So pandas read our data set and it read our data set and it comes in our data frame. So now our data set is stored in data set variable. So now I check the data set. So there is a method called head. Head method returns our starting 5 column. So guys, now now our next step is study data set. So guys, I already defined totally study of data set here. So now our next step is feature engineering, means what features we will give to our model. So in dataset, every time every features is not important. We have to just feed important features to our machine learning model. Otherwise, our accuracy will be very low. So guys, we need to understand what features is good for our accuracy, good for our model, so we can achieve a better accuracy and better prediction. So we have let's see on dataset description how much description means how much features available. So first of all, passenger ID. Here you can see first column is a passenger ID. Let's see here. First column is a passenger ID. Guys, you can see passenger ID there are just number, like it's numeric numbers, just defining indexing. So guys, we don't need this column in our features. So guys, we can remove this. Now another column is called survived. So guys, survived our is a dependent variable, so it will be our y. So we can't ignore this column because we have to predict this column, means people is survived or not. So here 0 and 1 define. So let's understand the mean of 0 and 1. So according to the 0, people is not survived, and according to 1, people is survived. Now another feature is PC class. Sorry, it's P class. So let's understand what is P class. So P class give just a proxy for economic status. So obviously, if you go to the railway or in ship or in plane, so there is a economical class like middle class, lower class, and upper class. So guys, here we can see one number define upper, 2 define middle, and 3 define lower. So obviously, now think with our human psychology. Obviously, in if ship going down in the ocean, then they give a first chance to the millionaire people, or we can say upper class people. So if you are belongs to the lower class, then your probability is very low. So guys, we can actually we need to choose these features in our feature vector. So guys, another column is name. So in name column, actually this is important or not, I actually not implemented in our features, but if you can, then you can do it, but I have not tested this. Now another features is called sex. So sex means gender, male and female. So obviously this column is very important because female get the first chance if something is wrong with any situation. If you know about Titanic, if Titanic goes down in ocean, then women get first chance to leave the ship. So this features is important. Now another features is called age. So we will take age in our feature vector because age is also important. If we have a lower age, then our priority should be first to get out of the ship. So our probability of survive will be increased. Now another column is called SIB-SP, means number of siblings and number of spouse. So guys, this features is also important for our vectors because having sibling and having spouse means if you because you are a family man, so it's a important feature because family family man gets a first chance to leave the ship. So now another column is parch. So let's see what is parch. So parch define number of relations, mother, father and child, like that. So guys, these features is also depend on our machine learning prediction. So guys, we need to include our this column. Now another feature, another column is called ticket. So guys, according to me, ticket is more not important for our x column, means not for our feature vector, because you can see ticket id is different in every case, every scenario. So guys, this thing is, I think, unique for every column, every number of rows. So this is not important for our feature vector. Now another column is called fare. So obviously fare create impact on server, because who have a costly tickets, that person have more chances to get first in a live boat. Obviously if your fare is higher, then you are from upper category, so your chances is more to survive. So fare is important feature. Now another feature is cabin. So actually I did not cabin, actually according to this data set, cabin have more null values, and it's not creating impact on our data, means our model, because it's a more null values, and every value is like unique and different. So cabin does not create too much impact on our data set and relationships. Now the last feature is embarked. Means embark means passenger, where passenger want to go. So let's see what is embark. Wait for a minute. Okay. So embark define three types of category. Means these three is a destination where passengers wants to go: C, Q and S. So obviously this feature is creating impact and defining relationship between previous features. So obviously guys, we can select these features in our data set. Okay, so we selected features. So guys, I created list of important features, you can see here. After that, in machine learning we have to define x and y. X means independent variable and y means dependent variable, because our y is dependent on what? Dependent on x. So these all columns defines people is survive or not. So guys, now let's see some visualizations. Guys, you can see, you can understand visualization by just seeing this notebook. So I am not getting deep into it, I am just explaining code. So guys, don't leave this video in mid of the half video, just see full video, because if you leave, you can't understand what is scenario in dataset. Okay, so guys, our x and y is defined. Now we need to check null values in our dataset. Means null values means in particular column and row there is something missing values, we call missing values. So guys, there is a method called isNull which is available in pandas. So we check x dot isNull, it returns null values, and after that we apply some function. So it will return me which means how much null values available in your column. So guys, we can see almost in every column there is no null values, we can see it 0 0 0, but in each column there are 177 missing values. So guys, we have to do something about this. So if you don't know how to handle null values, then I am just telling you in short. In null values we have to use some strategy. So in this kernel, in this notebook, I have filled all null values with all column median. Means just simple means if we have particular one like we can consider we have 10 number of rows and just two number of rows are missing, then what we will do, we will just do a mean, means calculate a mean of whole column and put it in where value is missing. So guys, the same thing we did here. We define x of age is equal to x of age. There is a method called fill NA. In fill NA I define median method, so it will fill our missing values with median. Now we can see in another column embarked, in embarked column there are only 2 rows missing. So guys, we need to implement same strategy, but in embarked column this is categorical data, not a numerical value. Obviously age is a numerical thing, but embark we have see this is category S, C and Q. Then we can do implement mean on this. So here we use another strategy, means strategy is called value counts. Means we are placing most frequent, means most used value in our missing value place. So we here we did the same, fill NA, then we fill with most value count, means we are placing null values with most frequent and most used values. Now we need to do label encoding. Guys, if you don't know label encoding, then I am just explaining you in simple way. So label encoding means like I am explaining with simple example, win or loss. If you have two types of categorical values, win or loss means another category like yes or no. If you see cancer data set, then malignant or not malignant. So guys, our actually machine learning model understand only mathematics. It can't understand this kind of categorical data which is in string format. So guys, we assume that yes, we take 0 for yes and 1 for no. Simple. We are giving different types of numbers in at place of labels. So guys, we seen in sex column there is a categorical values male and female. So what we will do, for male I will define 0 and for female I will define 1. Now next column is embarked. So in embarked we did the same. For S, C and Q we define 0, 1 and 2 in all columns. So guys, now our data set is ready for implement machine learning. Now another thing is training and testing. So guys, we need to split our data set in training and testing. So there is a module called train_test_split, which is available in scikit-learn. So use just this module and do a splitting. Now we implemented our algorithm here. So guys, in this notebook I have used gradient boosting algorithm. So guys, in this video I can't explain you gradient boosting algorithm because it will go very longer. So just you can do Google it and you can do some research about it. But just I am implemented XGBoost algorithm. You can define any more simple algorithm like decision tree, logistic regression, support vector machine. But I get the best accuracy with XGB, means XGBoost, means gradient boosting classifier. You can see my accuracy is 0.85. Now another our model is fitted. Now we have to do read test.csv, which is given in competition. So now our model is ready. Now we have to do test on test.csv, which is defined in competition. So I am reading that test.csv. In test.csv we use same features which is defined at training time. We do same strategy. We actually we filling null values with same strategy, median. Actually I did some mistake here in this. I have taken also fair, but it is not important. Now we are doing label encoding. We did the same strategy as previous, in which training time I have defined. Now I have defined predicted variable, prediction variable. Now our model is storing classifier. Then for prediction there is a method called predict classifier.predict. Now I have to do prediction test data set. So I will define test underscore x, this type, this data in which we have read our CSV. So our prediction will store in this prediction variable. Now we have to do submission. Now I have to make a submission file. Then I have defining output is equal to pd.data frame. So this format is submission format. So we have to define passenger ID from our test data CSV. So I have defined test data, which is original data frame. So from test data I am getting passenger ID. So I am getting passenger ID here. In survived column I am defining my prediction, and now in the last I am doing output, then using to underscore CSV method, which is create a CSV file for me, means for a submission for prediction. And then I am just checking with output dot head, I am just checking my submission file. So guys, that's all. And I got around 79.85 something accuracy I got, and my ranking was too much improved. So guys, you can try this. And guys, don't forget to upvote my kernel here and follow me on Kaggle also. Guys, I am a Kaggle notebook expert, so you can read my articles on Kaggle. I have written too much, means many articles related to data science and machine learning. So guys, you can follow me on Kaggle and do some practice. You can ask me in comment section if you have any doubts. Sorry guys, actually my video is too longer, but I have to make this video longer because I have to explain all the things. So just guys, stay at home, do practice, do great code. Thanks for listening me. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and share video with your machine learning enthusiastic friends. Thanks.